thank you so much for joining us for the 2022 Communication and Media Hall of Fame. I'm Brittany Fleming. I'm the Events Committee Chairperson in our department, and this is my amazing co-host, Dr. David Keppel. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
As many of you know, Dr. Fleming and I are faculty members here in the Department of Strategic Communication and Media, and we are so excited to be hosting this year's ceremony.
I speak for the entire department when I say this prestigious university wouldn't be the university that it is without all of you. Each and every one of you has helped to shape SRU to be what it is today, and again, we thank you so much for joining us this evening. We also encourage all alumni in the room to become a part of the Green and White family, to stay up to date with everything happening at SRU. To become a part of the SRU Alumni Association, you can scan the QR code on the screen or visit rockalumni.com. Also, be sure to follow SRU COMM social media pages for the latest news in communication.
So, a couple announcements before we get started. First, after the ceremony, there's going to be a walking tour of the Strategic Communication and Media Department. It's going to leave here at 5:30, and we're going to go over to Maltby, where the TV studio is. We are going to visit the radio station, and then we're going to end our tour at Eisenberg at the Rocket office, where the newspaper is printed.
Also, tomorrow we have another series of homecoming events, so we encourage you to join us, especially for the football game against Gannon University. Also, we've had about 8 students from the Strategic Communication and Media Department running for homecoming court. So you are amongst royalty and you don't even know it. If you are a comm student running for homecoming court, can you please stand for us? All right. Good luck.
Lastly, we definitely want to encourage you all to enjoy the homecoming festivities this year, but please make sure that you do so responsibly, if for no other reason than the Rocket still prints the blotter.
Yeah. I like that right.
That they do. And now we'd like to introduce SRU's president, Dr. William Berry, who will say a few words on behalf of the university.
Thank you so much, Brittany and David. To our alums, particularly those who are being honored this evening, welcome home. It's fun to say that, but it's really fun to say it on homecoming weekend. So welcome home. We're thrilled to have you here. Dr. Quinn wants me to tell you that this is the best department in the world. She's right. This is a solid department. This is really good. And I have a soft spot here. I'm married to a journalist, and my first job was at a PR agency. So it's just fantastic to sit and talk to students about how they're thinking about their careers, because we thought about it very differently, because that whole internet thing didn't exist in our world, which to the students is a really important point. All of those folks with gray hair like me in the room never had formal training on the internet, at least at the bachelor's level. And we figured it out, and we had to adapt, and some professionals rooms in this room had to adapt. No one knows what your next technology is going to be. So it's really important to spend your time not only learning skills for your best job, but that adaptability for that future job, that your career, because you don't know where it's going to be. And very few of us, maybe some of our honorees, have a crystal ball into the future because they're doing this work now very closely. But really, I don't think any of us know where it is. So please consider that. We were just talking at the table about people's career plans. Just be open, take opportunities, and really consider that. So thank you for having me. Thank you all for being here. This is a wonderful evening, and I look forward to hearing the profiles of the folks who are being honored this evening.
Thank you, President Berry. Up next, we have Dean Lawrence Shao, the Dean of the College of Business, to say a few words.
Thank you, Dave and Brittany. It's my pleasure to actually do the bragging for the department, so that's one thing I want to do tonight. The Strategic Communication Media Department is one of 5 departments in the College of Business, and I must say that we are one of the leaders on campus, so I'm very pleased about that. In terms of productivity, one very important ratio is a student to faculty ratio, and we lead the university on that at 24. Each faculty member teaches about 120 students a semester, or about 360 student credit hours. So these are standards that we kind of follow regularly. Another important area is the demographics. We really are highly committed to the concept of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and our equity and race ratio is about 31%. So we have about a third of our faculty are non-majority faculty, and we're very pleased about that. And strategic communication is a very important part of that, our success. So we're really pleased about that. We embrace the diversity mindset because it helps expand and educate the students on other cultures and different perspectives. So we place a high degree of importance on that. This week we had about 20 classes have the DEI designation, and of that about 6 were from the College of Business and several of them were from this department. So we were very pleased about the direction on that. Also, if you think about it, there's about a little less than 8 billion people on the earth and about 330 or so million Americans. So the U.S. is about less than 5% of the world population. So we would do a disservice if we didn't stress the reality that we are a very highly interconnected world, and that students need to be aware of that and be educated on that. So we were very pleased about that. In terms of the curriculum, particularly the alumni that have been here for a while, a lot has changed since you left. We have communication has about 250 majors. There's about 7 applied concentrations, and the programs are very applied in nature. We have several departments that really stress the application, and that is highly valued by employees. We have digital media production, integrated marketing communication. A lot of the COMM faculty work very closely with our business faculty, particularly in the area of marketing, so that's a nice collaborative effort. Obviously, public relations, new programs in advertising, it's in marketing and communications. We have healthcare communications, which is a big area, and a track on audio production and minors. And we have a new esports minor that we just started a year ago, so we're really excited about that. We're going to see how that materializes. And environmental communication and a certificate in intercultural communication. So these are some of the things. Our students also operate in high-tech facilities. You'll see the TV studio, the radio station shortly. And so they get a lot of good exposure to working in those facilities. We also have study abroads that we stress. These are the engaging, the experiential learning aspect of the educational process for our students. Just to read a couple of areas that a couple of countries that the COMM students have visited in the last couple of years: Costa Rica, St. Lucia, Italy, Spain, Scotland, London, France, Denmark, and Greece, to mention a few. So our faculty really know how to pick places to take our students to learn. Maybe I have to go with them on a couple of these. Student travel. A lot of the COMM students will actually go to national meetings and do presentations with the faculty. They go to New York, Atlanta, Chicago. So these are really good engaging opportunities for students to find education outside the classroom. And again, the internships, we have about 100 or so internships a year that the COMM students do. Obviously, that was pre-pandemic. We're going to restart that again this coming semester, or next semester, and get that back into a more full operation. So those opportunities to learn outside the classroom are invaluable, and we really stress that. And again, we appreciate all the alumni and the Business Advisory Board members that have really helped us keep our programs current and meeting the demands and skill sets that the employers expect. And then lastly, our student organizations, as we mentioned, you'll see the Rocket, you'll see the studio for the facility for the Rocket. It is a nationally award-winning newspaper. I get emails almost once a month about some award that they've won, so they've done a really good job on that. Brittany's in charge of that. We appreciate Brittany. Mark Zeldner, who we're going to honor tonight, was the grandfather or the father of it, so we want to recognize him. Our state radio station in a really nice facility over in Strain Building. You'll see that. That's in the bottom floor of the Strain Safety Building, one of the top 10 safety management programs in the nation. We're very proud of that. And then we have one of our advisors, faculty, is the Public Relations Student Society of America faculty advisor, and they win a lot of awards. So we try to make sure that the students have highly engaged interpersonal skills, they're ready to work, and they are lifelong learners of that concept, because if you have that combination, they're going to succeed, and a lot of our students have succeeded, have had much success already, and we're going to hear tonight about some other outstanding alumni and inductees. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dean Shao. And our last presenter before we start our official program is our remarkable chairperson, Dr. Katrina Quinn, who without this program would not be happening.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, and welcome to our alumni, our faculty members, our guests, and of course, our students who are here. We're really excited for you to see what our alumni have done with their degrees from Slippery Rock University, set you on a course for your future too. Now, in my 4 minutes here this afternoon, and in the spirit of homecoming, I've been asked to say something to tell you a little bit about our alumni and where they've gone. Not just the alumni who will be honored here today, because you'll hear more about them in a minute, but those thousands of alumni who are out in the world. They work from coast to coast. So we have alumni working in strategic communication and media jobs in New York City and LA and San Francisco, from Boston to Orlando, Dallas, Phoenix, Arizona. If you were to go to those cities today and elsewhere, you would see Slippery Rock University Strategic Communication and Media grads at work. Our grads are also working around the globe. We have grads working, I'm going to look down for this. We have grads working in the Randstad, Netherlands, in Pordenone, Italy, Iwakuni, Japan, and in Manchester, Tadworth, and London, England. In these places and elsewhere, you can find Slippery Rock University Strategic Communication and Media grads working. And let us not forget, they also work in exotic locations closer to home, such as Coriopolis, Zelienople, Cleveland. But of course, we're not just proud of them because of where they've gone. We're also proud when they give back. That's part of what makes our department so strong and forward-looking, I think, and really innovative, because we have their support. They support our students. Just today, our Hall of Fame honorees had a panel presentation with 48 students who came to hear about their experiences and to get a little advice and get a little inspiration. We also have alumni who serve on our advisory board, and some of you are here today. They also will participate in departmental assessment, so they review student portfolios and spend time with mock interviews. They share their gifts as internship hosts and mentors. They hire our graduates. We're excited to see each generation supporting the next. And they support our department financially through contributions that support student trips and new equipment and other student experiences and scholarships. And our students, you students who are here in attendance today, that's another example. You're here because of the generous support of some of our alumni. So thank you, alumni, for that opportunity. Now, I've just described some of the contributions of alumni, many of you who are here in this room. If others want to get involved, you can. There's always time. Please make a connection with one of our faculty members. We have some great faculty members here today, or you can email me or connect with me on LinkedIn following our ceremony. And I'd like to remind you that recognizing and appreciating our alumni doesn't just happen today. We welcome our alumni and recognize you and think about you all the time. I do a lot of bragging because there's a lot for me to brag about. So my students know that. But stop in, visit us, and thinking about the future, please take a moment to get ready to nominate for the 2023 Communication and Media Hall of Fame. And you can do that by if you can do that, scanning this little QR code that's on the table in front of you, or by logging on to rockalumni.com/media, HOF. Our recognitions continue each year, and we will be delighted to welcome you all back again in the future. So thank you. With that, I will turn the program back over to our wonderful MCs, Dr. Brittany Fleming and Dr. David Keppel, and thanks to everyone for joining us today.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Tonight, we will be inducting 3 alumni to the Communication and Media Hall of Fame. Additionally, we'll be presenting 3 awards, the Undergraduate Excellence Award, the Founders Award, and the Lifetime Achievement Award. We'll begin with the 2022 Founders Award. The Founders Award recognizes dedication to the fields of communication and/or media through outstanding service and volunteerism. This year's recipient of the 2002 Founders Award is Professor Emeritus Dr. Mark Zeltner.
Dr. Mark Zeltner is a former professor in the Department of Strategic Communication and Media, where he taught for 23 years. During that time, Dr. Zeltner served as the chair of the department for 3 years and as the advisor to the Rocket for 13 years. Under his leadership, the Rocket won a Pinnacle Award and a National Pacemaker Award, placing the newspaper in the top 15 student newspapers in the country. Dr. Zeltner's research focused on journalism ethics, media convergence, and small college media advertising. Teaching courses in journalism, television production, and media history, he's also a member of the College Media Advisors Association. Prior to joining SRU, Dr. Zeltner was the advisor to the Billboard, the student newspaper at Wilson College, where he taught for 5 years. Zeltner earned his MA from the University of Tulsa and his PhD from the University of Missouri-Columbia. Unfortunately, Dr. Zeltner was unable to join us this evening, but he did record and send us his acceptance speech. So let's hear what he has to say.
Hey everyone, it's me. Thanks for coming today. I wish I could be there, but I'm very busy right now in the wilds of Oklahoma, believe it or not. I want to thank the SRU Media Hall of Fame Committee and anyone who voted for me to receive this year's Founders Award. When I took over advising the Rocket 24 years ago, my goal was to make it the best small college newspaper in the country. And with the help of some talented and hardworking students, we were able to do that and more. Over the years, the Rocket has consistently been named one of the top college newspapers in the country, regardless of school size. It seems crazy now, but during the Rocket's heyday, our little staff cranked out a 24-page print newspaper 24 times a year while maintaining a cutting-edge website that was updated daily. It was a lot of work, but if I had the power, I would turn the clock back 24 years and do the whole thing over again. Unfortunately, I don't possess that power. So I'm left with the memories of lots of late nights, hours of laughs, and even a few tears. I would also like to thank my colleagues in the communication department for tolerating my antics for as long as they did. I know it wasn't easy. I particularly want to thank Dr. Brittany Fleming for carrying on the fight for student media here at SRU. Most importantly, I want to thank every student that walked through the Rocket office door and contributed even a little bit to the success of the Rocket. Each and every one of you are special, and I will never, ever forget you. So thanks again, and as Edward R. Murrow would say, good night and good luck.
Up Up next is our Undergraduate Excellence Award. The Undergraduate Excellence Award recognizes undergraduates in strategic communication and media, majors and minors who demonstrate leadership in the field, service to the profession and society, and superior performance over the course of their college career. This year, we are proud to announce 2 Undergraduate Excellence Award winners. Here to present our awards are our 2021 recipients, Hannah Shumsky and Aaron Mary.
All right. Hi, everybody. I am Hannah Shumsky, and it's so good to be back on campus and really back home. For Aaron and I, it's been about a year since both of us have been back here. As a lot has changed. You got a job. This happened since. Hello. But it's always good to be back home, and it's always great to be reminded how amazing and accepting and welcoming of a community this department is. If you didn't know me from last year, I'm actually an education major. I work at State College Area High School as a English and now journalism teacher as of this year, which is very special to me. And just being a communication minor, then also being with the Rockets, been it's been the honor of a lifetime to be around so many amazing professors and students and to keep this tradition going, so thank you. Okay, so our first award for the Undergraduate Excellence Award goes to Marissa Mastrangelo. Marissa Mastrangelo, class of 22, works at Iron Mountain Entertainment Services in Boyers, PA. Marissa is a 2022 graduate of the Department of Strategic Communication and Media, where she majored in digital media production with a focus on television studio production. She served as the Public Relations Director and Webmaster for WSRU-FM and was selected to be the executive producer of SRU's No Judgment Zone productions during the spring 2022 semester. Marissa also served as the assistant copy web editor for all print and digital content at The Rocket and was the student social media manager, video producer, and editor for the SRU Communication and Public Affairs Office. Please join me now in congratulating Marissa. The mic is yours.
This is exciting. Let me bring this down. Thank you, guys. Thank you to the committee. Thank you to the professors and professor that nominated me. I'm really overwhelmed. Coming into this department, I came in when COVID began, and I wasn't able to have opportunities at first because of the restrictions of COVID. After the restrictions lifted and coming back for my senior year, I wanted to be involved in absolutely everything I could. So I joined as many organizations as I could to get my feet in the water. I feel like I took a dive in, but I wish I could have done more. I wish I could do it again. And I am so glad to continue my legacy coming from here. I'm very, very excited to keep going. So thank you. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Marissa. And now passing the mic to my co-presenter.
Thank you, Hannah. Well, everybody, I am so thankful to be back here. Like Hannah said, it's been about a year since we came back here, and we love the place, and this is where we met, so we're happy to be here. But yeah, we moved to State College. It's a wonderful area, and she's a great high school teacher, and I work for WTAJ News in Altoona, Pennsylvania. I'm a digital content creator, and that's part of Nexstar, so if you see my story, you might not see it on Tuna's website. You could see it anywhere. There's so many Nexstar stations, so it's a great thing getting to work there. But enough about me. We have another winner. So, Juliana Rios. Juliana Rios is a social and SEO specialist for Corkboard Concepts Marketing Agency. While here at Slippery Rock, Juliana was an integrated marketing communications major with a minor in graphic design. She was an active member of SOUL, the student organization of Latinos, Hispanics, and Allies, where she served as the public relations and social media director, and as president. Juliana was a member of the Honors College, the project manager for her communication capstone project, and as an emergent leadership experienced peer mentor. She also served as a social media outreach coordinator for the Office of Communication, Engaged Learning, and Volunteer for the Hello Neighbor organization in Pittsburgh. So everybody please join me in congratulating Juliana Rios.
Hi there. I just wanted to say thank you for the recognition of this award, but also I just wanted to explain how much Slippery Rock is such a special place, not only as educational, but also growing as a young professional, and I will carry all of those things with me into my next seasons of life. Thank you for this award, and I am more than honored to be recognized tonight. Thank you.
Okay. We'd also like to thank our sponsors. Like Katrina had mentioned, without our sponsorships, many of our students wouldn't be here tonight. We also had the addition of being able to provide a monetary gift to our Undergraduate Excellence Award winners. So thank you so much for those contributions. Let me find my spot here. Okay, so now we are moving on to our 2022 SRU Communication and Media Hall of Fame inductees. The Slippery Rock University Communication and Media Hall of Fame celebrates the positive accomplishments of diverse individuals who have made a significant impact in the field of communication and/or media, as well as the communities in which they serve. The honor is awarded to alumni from the SRU Department of Strategic Communication and Media and/or those highly involved with SRU communication and media organizations while enrolled at SRU. Those under consideration will have over 15 years experience in the fields of communication and/or media, and successful candidates must also demonstrate leadership in the field, service to the profession and society, and superior performance over the course of their career. Here to introduce our 2022 Communication and Media Hall of Fame inductees is one of our current Hall of Famers, Mara Kudrick.
Thank you very much. I remember I was here last year and feeling a little bit old, and then you give an award to a professor who's now emeritus who started teaching after me. So I'm feeling a little bit my age, but I appreciate the dean's remarks earlier, because as this department grows and as they expand in the curriculum and the faculty, we have such excellent faculty, all it does is make the older alumni look better, right? So it's grown so much since I was here. There was only one degree. It was a Bachelor of Arts. And I really am honored to be connected to Slippery Rock and to be a part of this department. I work for a university. I've been in higher education almost 20 years, and I was in Washington, D.C. last week with the dean of our college and going around the room, and there was an Army general who was the first to salute President Biden at his inauguration. There were people who created companies and did all these things, and we went around the room and I said, well, I'm in higher ed because I'm a first-generation college student, and it means so much to me to have a degree. And they said, oh, where'd you go? And I just proudly said Slippery Rock. And they all knew it, and it's great because this is a special place. So I'm really honored to be a part of the Hall of Fame, but even more so to have the opportunity to present today to one of my sorority sisters and close friend who I haven't seen in many, many years. And now I'm going to have to look down because she has so many things that I could never memorize it. So I'd like to first introduce our inductee today, who is Amanda Goodman Baldivies. And we just called her Goodman, so I may just go to that. Amanda is a 1999 grad and a social media journalist working in the areas of child safety advocacy. She's a consultant in the area of reputation management, and she's a podcaster. An advocate for legislation to protect children from sex offenders, Amanda successfully lobbied for legislation to remove the statute of limitations for sex crimes against children. She has been a vocal anti-bullying activist, spearheading the department of local chapters of Stand for the Silent in North Carolina and Iowa. Goodman serves 11 clients with interests in reputation management and additionally hosts this weekly podcast that I mentioned earlier with a friend and former news colleague called Faith in Four-Letter Words, which is available on major streaming services. Goodman won an Emmy Award for covering in-depth controversial stories, political coverage, and overall best newscaster, and was named a YWCA honoree as a Child Advocate of the Year. She is in the final stages of writing a book entitled F the Comments, which chronicles her 20 years of working in the Boys Club of television news. Please join me in congratulating Amanda Goodman Baldivies.
You missed a vowel on the end of that last name, but it's okay. My son is with me. He's very proud. President, when you said welcome home, I got teary-eyed because when I pulled up, I'm going to get teary-eyed now. There's something special about this place. I love this place. And I won Emmy Awards, but this actually means more than anything. I spent 20 years working in news, and earlier we had the extraordinary honor talking to a bunch of current students. And I said, you know, the one thing I want students to know, so any students in the room, is you hold this degree very high. I worked in a very narcissistic business industry of television news where it was very cutthroat and everybody was coming for your job, particularly if it was female versus female. And the one thing, you know, I was surrounded in newsrooms by people who went to the top journalism schools in the country, right? What they call the top. It was the Mizzous and the Northwesterns and the Syracuse. And I was sitting in the studio one day getting ready for the newscast, and I'm behind the anchor desk. And there was 4 other young women in there who wanted my job, and they were producers or reporters, and they went to the big J schools, and they said, everybody knows that you have to go to a school like ours to get that job. And I went, how's it feel? I went to Slippery Rock, and I have that job at 25. So I love being part of the Slippery Rock family. This education, my foundation was by professors, Dr. Thomas Flynn, who was just fresh off the boat, we say, like he was a new professor. I've talked to him, connected with him throughout my entire career. He was the one when I said, I don't know if I really want to get into PR right after school. He said, you need to go learn how to write news. And Dr. Swartz, her class of persuasion, I mean, she had me arguing like a criminal defense attorney in a newsroom, and you really had to do that working in the Boys Club. I'm thankful for everything I learned at Slippery Rock. My sorority sisters are here. I'd like to get Kappa Delta back on campus, but we'll talk about that again. But the school taught me adversity. And, you know, we talked earlier to the students and changing with your seasons of life. And who you are at 22 is not who you're going to be at 32 or 42. And it's okay to evolve and take everything that you learn. And I just want to thank Slippery Rock University and all the professors and just... And if you're going to school here now, just know that these people, this family that you're meeting now, you will carry them on for a lifetime. My friends are here. I love them. We haven't seen each other in 20 years, and it's like we were just hanging back out the old union, not this union. I mean, down in the old union. So again, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure, and thank you to the committee. It's an honor. Thank you.
Congratulations, Goodman. Our next inductee is Glenn Graham. Glenn is a 1989 alumni and has been a sports reporter at the Baltimore Sun newspaper since 1990, launching his career as a sports editorial assistant before being promoted to staff writer in 1991. He primarily covers prep athletics, focusing on soccer, boys basketball, and boys lacrosse. In addition, Glenn has covered the Baltimore Ravens, the Baltimore Orioles, the Baltimore Blast professional indoor soccer team, NCAA Final Four men's basketball, World Cup soccer, and various college athletics. His sports coverage regularly appears on the front page of the sports section of the Baltimore Sun. He recently had a 3-part front page series featuring high school basketball titled Celebrating Baltimore Catholic League's 50 Years. In 2022, he received an MDDC, which stands for Maryland, Delaware, District of Columbia, Press Association Award for his coverage of high school football. Glenn is a member of the Washington Baltimore News Guild. Please join me in congratulating Glenn Graham.
Not a Ravens fan. So we get that out of the way right now. Yeah. And I've had a lot of great days at Slippery Rock University, but this really kind of takes the cake. And I want to thank the committee. And it's just so comforting knowing things are in such good hands. And there's just so much pride that comes with saying that you were from Slippery Rock. And I want to congratulate my fellow recipients. It was a great day today. And I'm not a big speech guy, as you can tell, but it says it right here, and I'm a writer. But I'm just going to share some thoughts on some things that really, really care about me. And that first thing is Slippery Rock University. I had a professor, Dr. Elwood Carwand, who took the time to really step aside, and he just asked me, hey, what do you want to do after this? And I said, I think I might want to be a sports writer. So he said, well, you got to get on the rocket. You just got to get every single opportunity. You just got to take care of everything you can and work hard. And that was just such a basic, simple message, but it really stuck, and it was invaluable. Great education, obviously. You can just see this place. And obviously the diploma to be able to fulfill my dreams. But I think when I think about Slippery Rock, I really think about just the people and the core values that we all share. And I also had the privilege of playing soccer here, and my best friends to this day are soccer fans, and it's a week-to-week, day-to-day communication. We do so many things, and it's just been so important in my life. So that's really what I take away from Slippery Rock, is just the people and how just wonderful everybody is and how supportive they are. The newspaper business, wow. It's become really harsh, and it's a big challenge with the internet, literally just turning things upside down and us trying to figure out how everything works. And a lot of major newspapers folded, and our newspaper, the Baltimore Sun, we had a full staff of like 250 employees. We had a lively newsroom. Now there's 75 of us, and we work remote. Just the other day, they did not renew our lease, so we don't even have a newsroom anymore. And it's just it's a day-to-day challenge, but it's a challenge that I really love. And a big part of that is covering high school sports. I kind of made my mind up that I always wanted to stay with high school sports because it's just like the true form of sports, and to see young people grow and succeed, and they get excited when you talk to them and you write stories, and it's just a big reward for me, and it's really kind of kept me young. And I just still to this day, I really love what I do. Just want to thank some people, my parents. My dad's here. My mom can't be here, but she's so proud of me. And my Uncle Terry, who's a Slippery Rock grad, he's here. Billy Wilson nominated me, and he made it. And what's really kind of special about Billy was he's an incredible father of 3 super student athletes who kept him busy, clipping papers out with all their accomplishments. And so he knows what, the passion that I have for high school sports. And a family friend, Al's here too. And I just want to say thank you very much and enjoy this weekend. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, Glenn, and I'm glad to hear that you are not a Baltimore Ravens fan. Our final 2022 SRU Communication and Media inductee is Melinda Kaiser. Melinda Kaiser is a 1992 graduate and the president of Mindful Creative, a strategic marketing organization in Pittsburgh, PA. Melinda has developed, managed, and implemented a wide variety of communication projects from high-profile company launches and national awareness campaigns to major special events for clients such as Gateway Health, Heart Failure Society of America, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Capital Blue Cross Blue Shield, UPMC's Cardiovascular Institute, and many other nonprofit organizations and startups. Prior to launching her own firm, Melinda worked for Mullen, a large advertising and public relations agency, where she managed the healthcare and technology public relations division. Her work in the health insurance industry began at D.T. Watson Rehabilitation Services, where she served as a director of communications and development, supporting both the hospital and educational center. Her work has won national, regional, and local awards, including the highly acclaimed Renaissance and Golden Triangle Awards. Melinda taught advertising and PR courses at the undergraduate and graduate levels at Point Park University. Melinda, please come up and accept your award.
Thank you. I too consider myself a writer, so I'm going to use my paper as well. But I want to congratulate my fellow inductees as well. It was a pleasure meeting you all, spending some time this afternoon. It's been really wonderful. I, like all of you, I'm a very proud graduate of Slippery Rock. I'm honored to receive the award, but I must say I'm even more proud of this university. Coming here after high school in 1988 was not a hard decision for me. While many of my friends and classmates were off to schools further away, I decided to go to college in my hometown. For me, it was the right decision. You see, my mother was a secretary in the Department of Counseling and Educational Psychology, and one of the benefits of her job was free tuition. So, yes, it made a perfect sense for me. Complete the basics, transfer after 2 years was kind of my plan. That was my plan for my sister, my twin sister as well. However, I really wanted that real college experience, and others got to enjoy that. So I lived on campus here at Rhodes Hall, which I think is still here. It was one of the few co-ed dorms at the time. Not only did I get that real college experience I was looking for, I joined a sorority, Alpha Zeta Delta, which, unlike yours, is still on campus. I studied abroad and learned to communicate in Spanish and another language, and I loved being a student here. And obviously, I ended up staying. I decided to stay here. I received a much more comprehensive education than I had really envisioned. One that helped me grow as a person, a leader, and eventually a professional. Who absolutely enjoyed it. I've enjoyed a career I would never have imagined 3 decades ago. Yes, this marks my 30th anniversary of graduating from Slippery Rock, so go Rock. After SRU, I earned my master's in public communication from the American University. I'm a bit reluctant to share this, and I did share it a little bit earlier with the students. But I think it tells a little bit about the journey that I had as a communications person, and really my strong education here from Slippery Rock. You see, I wanted to go on to graduate school after Slippery Rock. That was never a question that I didn't have. I knew that I wanted to get a master's degree, and I applied to the top tier schools. I was looking at those big ones: Boston, Emerson, Syracuse, and American, and it was extremely competitive. So I remember all of them had required a face-to-face interview, and I'll never forget sitting in the office at American University, looking straight face-to-face to the program director, never anticipating that she would grill me by asking, "Why do you think you deserve a spot here? After all, you went to a state school. You have the grades, but I'm not sure that your education preparation compares to others of well-known schools." Although I was unsuspecting of that question, I certainly defended myself and landed a spot in the program and went on to earn a degree in communication. So I tell students, never look at where you're going to school. It's what you make of it. And that truly is, I think every student should think that we're getting a solid education no matter what school, it's what you make of it. And Slippery Rock has such a sound, awesome program. And I've come to know that because I've had the opportunity, I have a full service agency here in Pittsburgh, and I've had the opportunity to host interns here from Slippery Rock. I've hired a few of the people who are my interns. I just didn't want to let them go. They were that great. I really have had the experience like learning what's happening today here at the school, and I'm really proud to say that we've got a really strong communications program here. Loving what you do is so important, and having the support of others to encourage you is also very important. I want to thank both my parents, who are no longer with us, but they did value education. It made it possible for me to be able to come and continue my education. I also want to thank my husband, Craig, who's with me today. He's also a proud SRU alum. Woohoo! And I was surprised by two of my colleagues who also came to congratulate me today too, so thank you both for coming. For me, SRU is precisely the education I needed to succeed and grow, and I proudly say that I'm honored to call myself an alumna, and even more proud to say that I graduated with a degree in communications. I'm truly honored that I was even considered for this award, and I'm even more honored that I can still be a part of this great institution, so thank you.
Congratulations to our 3 Hall of Fame inductees.
Our final award this evening is the 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award. The Lifetime Achievement Award is selected by the Hall of Fame Committee from a pool of Hall of Fame nominees and represents the highest level of recognition in the Department of Strategic Communication and Media.
Here to virtually present the 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award is our 2021 Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Ed Coughlin.
Hello everyone at Slippery Rock University. First and foremost, let me congratulate all of the 2022 Hall of Fame inductees. I've read your bios, they're all very impressive, and I wish you continued success in your career. My name is Ed. The Lifetime Achievement Award. I would love to be there with you in Slippery Rock today. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm busy shooting here in Atlanta. We're kicking off our 7th season of Caffeine and Octane. I have been given the distinct honor to introduce you to the 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award winner by Dr. Brittany Fleming and Dr. Katrina Quinn. You should all be standing and cheering for those two right now. Slippery Rock University is lucky to have them. This year's 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award winner's resume is beyond reproach. It's filled with organizations like NCAA, NFL, PGA, LPGA, NHL, NASCAR, it goes on and on and on. He's also the manager of comms at Fisher Scientific and somehow finds time to run his own Bottom Line video group. By now you know that Brad Gentile is your 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Take a look at Brad's picture and his bio. Look at his year of graduation. It might not surprise you that that resume is so impressive with all these titans of industry. But don't let that fool you. This is one cool cat. Brad also somehow finds time to produce a show called In the Streets, where he regularly rubs shoulders with the likes of Kanye West and Jay-Z. So let's add a rock lifey to Brad's already impressive shelf of awards that includes a Cindy, a Telly, and an Emmy. So please stand and applaud for Brad Gentile, your 2022 Slippery Rock University Communications and Media Hall of Fame inductee and Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Congratulations, Brad.
Wow. Hello, everybody. Sorry you have to stare at that picture. I don't live in Pittsburgh anymore, so I don't get to say this very often, but how yins all doing? I'm going to read some things because there's some important things I want to talk to the students, and I think there's some important things that I want to say, that I want to get across to the students that, boy, I wish I had this when I was here, right? First of all, you said home, welcome home. This used to be my home for 4 years. It used to be Bard Hall right here, right down there, right? So this used to be my home. So I appreciate being back. I want to thank Ed. I did talk to Ed. We talked via phone. Great gentleman. Had no idea he was in the same industry that I was in. So hopefully we're going to do some work and collaborate in the future. I do want to say I appreciate the opportunity to be here. It's always nice to know that the work you do and that you have done is appreciated and recognized. And this event is also something that has great purpose. Equally for the students, because it's sometimes more important for them to learn about opportunities that we've had, to listen, to understand what we've gone through for industries that they're trying to strive to get into. So I think this is equally important. And I want to thank Jimmy Aaronson, I think was also a 1986 graduate that was the founder of this, I believe. Am I correct in that? Okay, so good thing for Jimmy, go 86. When I was a student here at Slippery Rock, I'll be honest with you, our student studio wasn't much. It was the bottom of the union. It was maybe the size of a postage stamp. We had very limited capabilities in the control room. But I learned and managed enough to get my degree, which set me up for some opportunities. What the university has today, what I've seen online is remarkable. And the way of the TV station and the studio, and it's a credit to those who have the vision to broaden the scope of the opportunities for the students that are here today and future students. When I mentor people, which is something I've always done, I'm a first-time college graduate from my family, so I always felt it was important to give back. I always tell each student, and I'll tell you here today, to take advantage of what has been provided. Learn all you can about every aspect of your career, whether it's print, graphic design, geology, environmental science, or TV production. Make yourself marketable, and as we talked about earlier today, make sure you apply for those internships. And when it's time for your career, please remember a few things that I was never told. You're going to face some rejection. Sometimes you'll face a lot of rejection. You'll face adversity, unknown obstacles, and some ignorance, as we talked about earlier today. But I also want you to remember that when you have a dream to achieve your goal, you can overcome those setbacks. My career started after I received about 100 letters. Yeah, I'm that old. I used to get letters, not emails. So I used to get about 100 rejection letters from TV stations across the country. I didn't let my dream die, and the same week I had another opportunity in a different industry. I had an opportunity in television. Paid a lot less, but it was what I wanted to do, so we took that opportunity. Those 100 rejection letters I kept for about 20 years, and it was just a reminder to me to keep going and motivation. At that time in the country, there were about 212 what they call markets in the U.S. I finally landed my first job about a year and a half after graduating in market 197, which means it was itty bitty, right? But I knew I was in, and I was making $11,000 a year. I've had an amazing career. I've met amazing people, some interesting people. I've traveled to incredible locations. I've had experience that people only dream about. I'm very grateful, but it wasn't without doing the work, networking, making sacrifices, looking for opportunities, calling people, putting yourself out there when you even feel uncomfortable. And that's something I stress today to the students. You're going to be uncomfortable. Go for it. You know, it's the only way you're going to find out what your opportunities are. Another interesting fact today, in my career, I've shared many press boxes and sidelines with a lot of people. And I found out that doing my research, Glenn, who we introduced earlier and was a recipient, Glenn and I worked in Baltimore at the same time. We shared sidelines, press boxes, and who knows how many different events together. First time I met him was earlier this afternoon. So my point is, you need to network. Know who's out there. Make sure you look on LinkedIn. We didn't have that when I was growing up either. So make sure you look at LinkedIn, do your networking. We are your advisors. We can offer you opportunities. We can offer you advice, and maybe down the road offer you a career opportunity. I recognize the award is about a Lifetime Achievement Award, and I'm truly amazed at where my career has taken me. But I don't feel like I'm done. There's much more to see, experience, and people to meet. I'm thankful to the committee for the opportunity to share my experiences, grateful for the chance to return to the Rock. And I agree with everybody else here. This is truly like family. As students now, you sit across with friends. You don't realize that's going to be your lifelong friend. And you will continue to have those friends as you see here. So thank you all. Thank the committee. I appreciate the opportunity. Go Slippery Rock.
All right, and this concludes the 2022 SRU Communication and Media Hall of Fame presentation. Congratulations to all of our award winners and inductees, and thank you to everyone who helped make this event a success, including the Strategic Communication and Media Events Committee, the Office of Alumni Engagement, and our sponsors.
Please stick around and continue to enjoy each other's company. Award winners and inductees, we're going to ask you to please come up front for one more photo, maybe 6 more photos, we'll see. At 5:30, there will be a walking tour of the department. Until then, just enjoy each other's company, have some more little treats in the back, and go rock.
Yeah, and don't forget, like Katrina said, please don't forget to submit your nominations for the 2023 Communication and Media Hall of Fame. The QR code is on your programs, so that is open and ready to go. We hope you have a great homecoming weekend. Congratulations.